can see here on the title, mental health awareness. Before I do the tarot, more talkative about certain things. I want to point out some stuff. Um, Hold on. Okay. Some of you guys are aware, and I hope you guys are. If not, that's fine. The thing is, you're about to be aware. We are in this spiritual pause because we are in this gray area. Okay, right now we're in this gray area. I wish I could just write shit down, but at the same time, for what? You guys do that. You guys take your own notes. The gray area is between right in between. Okay, between everything, not so much everyone. It's like a radiator that radiates color. Look at it that way, or the color wheel. Okay, we are in this gray area. This gray area, it gets illuminated. Listen, illuminated. It gets illuminated to the point where it's nothing spiritual now. No, you're not getting attacked spiritually. You're not getting attacked of any kind of nothing, other than just finally the subconscious. Let me rephrase that. The consciousness, your consciousness is being aware, is being self-aware of its subconscious. To which now, it's going to go ahead and push us down to come back up again. But this time, face it. Come out of that veil. As I'm going through my thoughts of self-harm, I'm allowing myself to get help. I'm accepting it. Before, when my doctor was trying to get me into antidepressants, I couldn't, I'll do it for like a month or so, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm cool, and that's it. But when it's your mental health, you do have to be in that medication for quite some time so you can finally ease out a little bit, okay? So, again, once we start, the only way I could say it is by me sharing my experience, and then you guys do the rest, okay? Hi, guys. Welcome in. So as I'm recognizing my suicide thoughts, I was conscious, and I did that unconsciousness. I did those two already. But when it came down from subconscious, now this pause that we're in spiritually allows me to do that work, which I'm protected. Not just me, but you guys too. Not everybody's suicidal. Not everybody's going to be in this dark shadow part of themselves, because it's not everybody. But depression is real. Some of us will be in that deep depression, okay, mentally. Or again, we can be abusing our own selves mentally, negatives, just all the negatives. So for everybody, again, it will be different, okay? I'll do the tarot after I'm done. So now, as we're in this pause, again, it's going to allow me to be actually doing the work. But again, I have to be honest and talk to people that are professionals. That's going to give me the finances for me to get my own place, for one. And I'm only sharing this for mindfulness, you guys, because how else am I going to be doing it? I'm not going to work, because this is what I always worried about. Fucking working, trying to get my own place, and at the same time doing mental health work is not okay. All right? Thank you for... There you go. So you guys could have the resources. We're not alone. We have to open up, even if it's just some self-harm, depression, fear of feeling, fear of something. You guys communicate. We cannot close and tense up just because of just fear that things might go this way, when in reality, no, things cannot go wrong all the fucking time. They only go wrong if you did wrong your own self mentally. Think about it. We can either already understand it, mind, body, or spirit. Not all three at the same time, because not everybody has it like that, which is okay. Just allow yourselves to really feel what you have to feel instead of just being crying all about it every time, being so emotional. It's okay to cry, but in the sense that we're actually detaching ourselves from it and then finally bringing joy and happiness onto our space instead of being depressed the whole fucking time. We make our lives our reality. Another person could come. I'm getting chills and I love this when it happens. Because we can bring so much joy and everything, and it gets boring or it gets a little lonely at some point. And I do recall that because I'm tired of being alone. Yeah, I could be adventurous. I could do so many fucking things by myself. Even fucking masturbate. Let's be for real, okay? We're adults here, right? 18 and over. We cannot just always depend on other people. You know, as a female, I'm not going to depend on my partner to always take care of it because I'm in my period. Hey, I would prefer for you to take care of yourself knowing that you'll be safe and not cheating and being dumb, doing some other shit, you know? So, mindfulness. I mean, you can come up with so many fucking things and make yourself happy. But again, not everybody's so open about it, which is really annoying. There's so many females in the gay community that aren't open and masturbating. And I'm like, why? That to me sounds like torture. Not because I'm gay or because of whatever. It's just as a human, either I'm not going to be fucking just any fucking bitch out there. No. Mindfulness. No. If that's what you want to do, go for it. That's your business. But anyways, back to what I was saying. A person could bring happiness to you, but it's going to add on to that, which is the emotions. Like, hey, I see that you are inadequate. I see that you like, I don't know, goth, or you like to dress up a certain way. That's cool. That's already feeding onto your emotions because now it's feeding onto your image. That's feeding positivity onto your self-image, onto your self-love, or just understanding. See, look, 4-4, that's infinity. Good karma comes in so many ways, but you have to just see it that way. Other than just saying, oh my gosh, here we go, they're going to talk shit to me. Or tell me that I'm dressing up so dark with dark makeup or just all black, for instance. And I shared it before. You can be dressed up all black if you want. If that's what you like, go for it. At the end of the day, it depends on how you treat people and how you treat yourself. And yes, we are child of God. But people unconscious, not knowing about God or just simply being in good spirit is about, they will torment themselves of just saying that I am this banger and they're getting all dramatic in the mind and screaming and But people choose a path and they maintain dark and they want to do dark things. Not just stealing dark. I'm talking about really nasty shit dark, okay? And that's not good spirit. Abusing is not a good spirit. No matter which way, it's not a good spirit. People want to be in the ego about spirituality or just being a good spirit by saying otherwise, but it's just keeping us in this cult. I woke up in a cult. My parents were in this fucking cult. And slowly and surely they're coming out of it. But me, I've been out of it to the point where do I belong? This is what makes me suicidal. And I can't do nothing about it. I'll just face it. That everybody makes their own choices. Everybody makes their own life, however the fuck they want to make their life. 4 and 5 equals 9, a positive. Converting from a negative to a positive. But we have to learn how to do that. I already knew it because that's what I've been doing. Unconscious, not realizing what I was going. I'll just keep on going. Just keep walking, keep walking. Doesn't matter if it was with the word of God. I was raised Catholic, which is nice. I love it. I love not so much the church or the people around it, but I love what it was being expressed, what my communion, being baptized when I was a baby, but still or I could go back and convert into Christianity and to experience that, right? This is just your own inner self experiencing not so much the word of God or just spirit in a different way. If you actually open the Bible without judging, you Christians, or that you were raised Christian or whatever, open the Bible and go not so much the Catholic one, but the Catholic, wait, hold on. Not the Christian one, but the Catholic one. And it will teach you. It talks about the numbers, synchronicity. Not so much saying, oh, well, 444 equals this or means that. No, it gives you the word of God. It breaks it down for you. In the Christian Bible, it doesn't. And how do I know this? I've joined my friends when I was elementary. I'll go to Bible study and I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I'll just, hey, when I come to Bible study, and I'm like, okay, just for me not to be home, not realizing what it was. 5, 6, 7, 8. See, again, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so now me coming back and bringing everything together, God is in all of us. But since I have a sensitive spirit, I'm spiritual. So if whoever wants to talk shit, fuck you guys. But just be mindful and recognize to which not everybody's going to be. You can be religious. There's nothing wrong with that. That is true. People could be very religious. But when it talks about your own self, your feelings, your spirit, your mind, then that's different. That has nothing to do with no fucking Bible, with no church, no priest, no pastor, nobody else, only just your own shit. The way that you talk, the way that you move, the way that you take action, the way that you speak on behalf of positivity, or just simply how you express yourself from when it comes to chaotic, or how do you see life? How do you experience life? You know, I see our bodies like a tree, how we were raised, right? The tree, how it was planted. Was it planted in a beautiful fucking yard in the ground? Was it planted out in the sea? Once you see the roots, then you understand not so much the bloodline, but the factors of, again, we're family, but I have my own thoughts. You have your own thoughts. Parents want us to be this certain way when no, there's dark and there's light, but we have to experience that to know what that is. So for another example, I have not experienced the death of a parent, but emotionally I could stand by someone that needs that comfort. Once I experience the death of one or either of my parents, then that's when the emotions change. We do change emotionally every fucking day. But people don't want to look at it that way. But we have to look at it that way. Because we're not the same person. We're not a child anymore. My sister, another example, she has 2 kids. And she's the youngest one, right? But since I'm an based and I just lost my, it got to the point where the fuck did my little girl go? Where's that little girl at? She's on top of my head right now. She's here because I could hurt her. That's why she's not showing up on just being straightforward about things and not being playful. But anyway, my sister's learning the shit that I wanted her to see within herself. She's going to see it now with her kids, because now it's going to be reflecting back. And regardless if it's negative or positive, her daughters are becoming conscious of themselves because of because of my sister, the way that we were raised. Okay, it's not about blaming anymore. I'll just accept it and let it be. But now that she's being not as much positive, but she's taking care of her mental health, she's actually now to her appointments, right, for her health and everything, which makes me happy now. To which now she's gonna see where I come from, why I'm like whatever. And I'm like, no, honey, you didn't experience what I experienced emotionally. Even though those emotions were not mine, I still experienced that pain. Trying to take care of other people when I need to take care of myself. And that's why I'm like a little behind, because again, I didn't know how to come out of that loop mentally. And that's much emotion. We learn how to operate. We learn how to maneuver ourselves and how to micromanage our mentality and our growth when it comes to whatever system, whatever knowledge we have as we go. Okay. When somebody's bipolar, they don't have the consciousness, certainty consciousness, or some type of consciousness. It's a little off. And it's just a little piece of your brain. And that's that, I believe it's called that pineal gland. Some shit like that. But when it's been beaten so much with drugs, no, wait, hold on. With substance or verbally or emotion, it triggers it. And it blocks it from really receiving the subconsciousness. So that's why, you know, there's nothing really we can do other than just really allow ourselves to be a human. Isolate ourselves, how do you say it? Annihilate? No, I don't know. I could hear it in my head. But really be this fucking alien. You know, really remove yourself from everything and everyone. But in the sense that you're conscious and you're allowing friends to come in or professional help to come in and feed onto this. And allow yourself to be you for a minute. You know, be angry, be sad, be depressed, be it. But yet allow professionalism to come through. Okay. Let's do some reading on behavioral health. And this is just to recap. Just to kind of like be mindful of ourselves. And not to be feeling bad about it. It's just finally we're here, we're conscious of it, and we're taking care of it. Because like I was telling my therapist today, we are in this gray area to where that's a pause. That's our spirit allowing us to face what we have to face. And again, I have to face, I had to make a decision. We all have to make that decision. Okay, I did share about self-harm, but which is my thoughts. And that's where I'm at right now. Because we have been defeated. So whatever choice you've made and decision was to walk away from an abusive home. You know, it doesn't matter which kind of home was it. An environment, mind, body, and spirit. We made that choice. We left. Or we just going to stay quiet from now on. We're not going to share anything. I'll just do everything quietly. And allow the universe to nurture us. Okay? So as we're doing so, we can go ahead and pay attention with our intuition. And I kept talking about this earlier on my Snapchat. Our intuition wants us to find calmer waters. Okay? To listen to what's coming up ahead. Or what's coming, what's aligning within our own minds and spirit. Okay? So pay attention to that, you guys. 5-5. There's change coming in. And there's going to be an awakening. As we continue, hi guys, welcome in, welcome. As we continue, you know, releasing and transforming. Another thing that I did share one of my other videos, be in your cocoon. Even though you might not be really fully aware, be in your cocoon and you're going to feel it. Yes, you're going to feel it. I like to wrap myself, my legs, and hi. Alex. I've been seeing so many Alexes. I don't know what it is, but Alex. Oh, hi. Okay. But yes, we're going through this massive transformational consciousness, you guys. And it's just not us. I feel like we are the last part of the collective gaining consciousness. And that's it. We're going to go back and ram ass. Oh, baby. We're going to go ahead and start ramming ass. Being creative, opening eyes. Hell yeah. 4 and 5, 9. Converting this negative world or negative consciousness onto a positive. Okay. Yes. Look at that. Oops. As we find calmer waters, we're finally connecting with the divine feminine. But in the sense that we're not attached or detached, I'm just open-hearted. And when things do not so much align with us, but when things are not ventilating the way that we're used to operate with our own selves about certain behaviors, certain things that we can tolerate or not tolerate, we're going to just, all right, you know what? You're not being yourself today. I'm going to go home. There's no need to fight. There's no need to argue or break friends or break up with anybody. You're not acting right. I'm just going to go. You are family, or just simply a friend. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Even though you might not, I'll see you tomorrow. And that's it. You know, we don't have to keep breaking up with friends anymore, you guys. It's okay. Go be with friends. Call them and just be like, hey, bitch, like, are you still mad about my truth? You know, are you still mad about it? And let them decide what they want to do. You be that friend. You let them take accountability of their actions. And just say, you know what? I know that I'm nurturing. And if you don't want to see me as that, then okay. That's fine. I'll let you be. But you have to open up yourself and let me know. I can't guess. I could guess that you're being a bitch, but that's about it. And that's just your way of communicating with your friend or with this family member or with people. Okay? My sister asked for something, but instead of me getting angry about it, I turned it down. Instead of me calling her out on certain things and be, oh, well, you're just like dad or you're just like mom. Not anymore. We need to stop that. I need to stop that. So as I'm changing my behavior, because I called myself on that, now I don't do that. Now I just communicate different and calmly. Once we all behave correctly, finally things will start shifting for us. Okay? That's gonna be our good karma coming in because we're aware. You know I'm calling myself out. I was angry. I even I was on here giving fucking readings and I was mad. People will trigger me and I'm over here, brr. Yeah. I was retaliating every fucking time out of anger. But now good karma is coming in because now we're feeding ourselves the correct way. And now we're more self-aware of our subconscious. For me, my negative self-harm thoughts. Okay, let's change our words. And now I'm going to be more optimistic. Not so much optimism here. More optimistic about my choices and what I'm doing and what's happening. I'm healing and I'm having the courage to open up more because now I'm doing it with the right people, which was with fucking professionals, okay, to get the right proper help. We always try to avoid a lot of things, and we tend to do it to be perfect or just simply walk into our path like if nothing ever happened to us, if we never suffered something deeper than what happened. So once like we get popped in the head, that's when a lot of things start to happen. A lot of things start to really underline itself about our own selves, our behavior, our creativity, the way that we speak. I don't mind being professional myself. I love working. I will show up professional. But there's a time and place when to do it, when to be this professional person. Right now, I'm not in this no motherfucking psychic aura, other than just being a human, relating to a lot of you. Even though I have self-harm, not everybody has that. People do have depression. I have depression. I have anxiety, insomnia. Now I'm being this reckless fucking human, not this spiritual fucking being, this so great and, oh my gosh, always like so up here, No, I'm human. So obviously my shit's gonna go down and people are gonna relate to that. So we're all gonna be here for the same reasons, regardless if it's mind, body, or spirit. So whoever wants to think otherwise, you're in the wrong fucking area. Okay? 4, 5, 9. All right, so be more intelligent among yourselves and fuck everybody else. Let's not be soul searching anymore. I was on this loop as well. Every time that I come across someone, I will express myself openly, but these people were not so much reflecting or enlightenment, other than just being in this path of rejection. And again, the veil was just clearly all over their fucking head, to which it was funny to me for some people. So just have the courage, guys, to be more clear of your intentions. But again, if you have a spirit and you feel it, feed onto it. If you're doing 2 things at a time, that's fine. If it's not feeling nurturing at all, then revisit the dark side. Go back, don't go back to hell, but just really step on the brakes mind, body, and spirit. Allow to be in this pause and see what else the veil shows you within that time frame. Because not everything's gonna come to you all in just one fucking hit. De un chingadazo. You know, it's not gonna happen like that. What's gonna happen is, again, the veil will come off, and you'll just either feel everything. It would just be very emotional, very overwhelming, but just release it. Allow yourself to release it. Be conscious. Allow yourself to release it, because if you do, you're gonna give yourself space for a lot of shit just to break down. Once it all breaks down, then finally you can start being conscious of it and feeding not so much positivity, but knowledge and understanding. The skill comes afterwards, in the sense to which, how are you going to express that? You want to be inadequate, you want to be a catalyst about what you've been through, then that's when you go back, you bring everything back, mind, body, and spirit. But you have to be very conscious of it. If not, then you're going to be lacking some parts of that. But again, it's no hurry. It's just another part of how you can just bring it all together and give it to people. Okay? Not everybody expresses themselves like I do. And that's something that Spirit kept telling me. Do this, do that, And then I'll think about it, and I'm like, oh, but she's already doing tarot. She's already doing this, and she has the same cards and all this bullshit, right? But it's just my subconscious not understanding that, hello, you have more than what you're giving consciously. So I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? That's when I had to pause everything consciously. I'm like, okay, let me think. And I'm like, all right, I see it. I view, okay, I hear it. But again, people are so different with their words. People have deeper spiritual gifts, and not everybody's going to be, what's that word? I'm not just a psychic medium clairvoyant. I have spiritual gifts that come along with that. I do have my certificate for Reiki, but again, I also have that power of the hand of Fatima. Wrong hand, but the hand of Fatima. I could bring fucking consciousness and protection to you. So that's something that I embodied through meditation, through awakenings, and through my spirit. It's just my spirit. It's something that I've past lifetimes. Okay, that's just what it is for me. Not everybody will be the same, but it's just to be mindful that not everybody is going to have the same thing. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of who I am and just my spirit, who my spirit is. And it's not about to brag or anything. It's a lot to carry. As an individual, it's a lot to carry, especially when you're in a very negative environment. And it's not receiving, it's not adequate. There's no peace on just abuse and abuse and abuse. It's just dark. Then why even bother taking action if I'm still here? See how that just kept feeding onto my negativity, my subconscious, and it was just bad. So again, your spirit does save your life. It does. You're not gonna go to hell. People do go to hell, but those are the ones gonna know. And they don't do shit right now in the human form to change their fucking karma, just to clear the karma. But nope, evil spirits always want to come back and wanting to do harm. And that's just, another way to look at it. Because it's just the ugly truth. But at the same time, it's some real truth, though. If you guys have, questions or concerns, feel free to share. This is a safe space. I'm very open how I express myself and how I'm giving consciousness, and other than reading cards, as you can see. It's so hot. Oh, shit. Okay, but let's see. Let's see how overhead you are. Overhead. What the hell? Overhead over what? What are you talking about, Spirit? Overhead. Yeah, now I get it. What went over your head? Okay. Something that you didn't recognize. Okay. So what went over your head was, again, it's another way of expressing the milestone being thrown at you. Was it, fear of failure, fear of losing either more people or just simply taking advantage of? And I know I fit with that. I got to the point where I was getting anxiety because I was like, would a person will have um the care to learn about me, that I'm really sensitive, and whatever they do outside of that, outside of my zone, even though if we live together or not, it's going to be something that I have to be very mindful. Not so much me. They're going to know, like, hey, I'm very spiritual, right? For example. And if you come with some bullshit, negative emotion, or just something not feeding spirit, and I feel that, it's going to make me feel some kind of way. But if this person's not recognizing anything of anything, then yeah, that's just going to be a disgrace. Because now I'm going to have to really end a relationship. Or, you know what? Just go back home. Let me live by myself. Or just not be guarding my heart. So some of you guys could be dealing with something like this. Some of you guys either want to be divorced, or some of you guys probably are already been divorced. To which now it's like, well, I'm investing in so much, but nothing is not so much showing up, but you're not feeling the fulfillment. Some of you guys were anchored onto your wives. If it's not a wife, it's a husband. Take it how it fits. But now see how you men destroy what was meant to nurture you in the first place. Not so much your fucking mom, but a wife. Not baby you like a mom, but to guide you. You both guide each other. Male and female, masculine or feminine, regardless of who is who, sexually or not. Like, whatever. You get it. We cannot be beating each other that way. We can't. That's too abusive, and it's gonna lack. My parents were each other's armor, and it got to the point where they were both abusing each other in all kinds of fucking ways. To the point where I was like, that's cute. Like, really, you guys? That's cute. And I'm like, instead of you guys being happy with one another, or just simply saying, hey, you know what? We've been here together with battling the same fight, not so much with each other. Instead of appreciating, they're not. So appreciate what you had, recognize it, give it consciousness or some kind of recognition that you were lacking. Either because of fear, you didn't open yourself up, or you didn't know how, or you just didn't want to get hurt. Something. You have to, I could put it so much out there, but it requires actions. Remember that. Some words too require actions. Not like, oh yeah, I'm going to hit this person because that's how I feel. Like, no. Tell them like, hey, I didn't know. I was afraid of this. Or whatever, you were taking advantage of in some way. And now, due to that, you're afraid of getting karma. You're afraid of not living your best life because it wasn't inspired before. It wasn't transitioning into anything. Maybe you were the only one feeding onto that marriage. And look, I'm going to just share something I'm really conscious of. Either, it doesn't matter if it's a movie, a show, whatever, TV or not, or life, real life. I only say because I've seen it with my own people. When a guy does not profit, how do you say it? Is not involved in the marriage. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. If they're not involved, other than just the female, well, the guy is not really invested. He's not invested. And some of you girls do fucking pressure the fuck out of these men to get married. If it's happening in the gay community, then fuck it. Apply it. But it's happening. I'm 38. You know how many, I didn't abuse anybody on just myself. I'm already past this age. Where's my baby? I want my partner. But I had so much shit on me that I needed to really retaliate my body and spirit, because these people were taking credit for shit that I've helped them on, that I nurtured unconscious. I nurtured their fucking spirit, and that was my fucking mom this whole time. And the bitch did not look back and appreciate it. You guys get offended because I'm cursing about my mom. Not sorry. It have a mom and daughter relationship. It's not positive. It's very negative. So you all be mindful of yourselves. But don't come at me talking about, oh my God, she's so with her mom. No, bitch. Like, no. I talk to them because I'm here. Not because I want to. But anyway, you just have to be very, very mindful. I lost my thought, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, now you remember. So, yeah, you females will be pressuring the shit out of these guys to get married. And some of these guys are not invested in you this way, and that's your fucking fault. So, some of you take accountability of your fucking actions. Yeah, we want something so fucking much, but abundantly, which is a true blessing. Somebody that's going to really be not so much nurturing, but an actual provider, an emperor, a king of pentacles. Not someone that's going to just keep giving you shit the whole time. But since you were in the hurry, or you thought you were so in love, not sorry. No. That's why we have to go deep within, or to our roots, to see why we're the same, or why we're not like the same, but relating to things. My father and I, we're both Aries, but we bump heads. Because I'm expressing mind, body, and spirit, and this bitch is only, all he's doing is just expressing things that he was conscious and unconscious about. And that's it. No emotion. Just subconscious. And I'm like, you're more aware of your subconscious than your consciousness. What the fuck? You are in reverse. He was so suppressed to his disability, to his not his fucking balls, but to his sensitivity. They was just contracting just the top of his head. Like, I don't know. Just, you know. And I'm like, no, dude. All it is just shit coming out of your fucking ass. And you're not even sure what you're eating. I'm just eating. But both sides were just so messed up to the point where he just didn't know what else to do and just make really aggressive decisions and not understand his karma. Because every time that people kicked him out because of his fucking substance behavior, he'll see it like, oh, well, fuck them. You know, they were just coming at me, this and that. He would not take no accountability of anything. So, yeah, but me, myself and I, oh, yeah, baby, let me tell you. I hold him accountable of his actions. I'm like, don't fucking touch me. Don't hug me. Don't kiss me. Don't nothing. I don't like you. I don't give a fuck if you're my fucking father. I don't like you. Yeah, I was like, no, I have my rights. What you did is not okay. I don't give a fuck if you didn't do that to me, but you did it to them. And you know how many people didn't like me because of my dad's behavior? And I'm like, that's not me. I'm not the alcoholic one here. But all right, I'm going to pay it. People are going to pay it. So females and men, all of you, for, again, you know, we all are responsible for our karma. But if we have to learn a lesson, then we are. The universe, God, whoever it is, especially if you're praying for it, isn't it come real? So don't be over here blaming God because, oh my God, I got karma. Oh my God, I prayed for this and what happened? No, you is what happened. You, ladies and gentlemen, were the ones judging, criticizing, and not paying attention to what y'all doing, wanting all just, well, I want to go home. I want to spin the wheel. I want to be whatever, creative, open. Yeah. But when it came down to you reconnecting with yourself and expressing that love to another person with actions, you just decided to be addicted and obsessed and not really being honest. Okay? I know I wasn't honest with certain things. And this is talking about relationships. If you haven't catch on to it. Is, again, making investments. What did you invest in a person? If it was time, was it money? Was it influencing? Or was it some kind of wealth? What kind of wealth was it? And it was not, it was jeopardized, is what I'm hearing. Something was jeopardized here. Yeah. Due to obsession, due to mental issues, due to, some of you guys were gamblers. Some of you guys were gambling way too much. And this is deep. This is, it goes down to your roots, your spirituality, sensitivity. Yeah, there's a lot of karmic happening within families. Whoever resonates with this, it sounds really deep. All you're going to do, wait a minute, you are going to be expecting unexpected financial windfall. Okay? Just keep that in mind. But, hold on. I think you're getting hit with, I think you got hit in the head with something, either some truth. Either you were just too much in your mental health or too in the ego. Bondage. Somebody got mistreated here. It feels like it might be just someone, just one person, but somebody had you by the foot. They just had you by the foot, and that was it. This could have been something to do with guilty consciousness. What about that, spirit? Guilty consciousness. Okay. If it's your guilty consciousness or just simply you're recognizing that, and that's what the subconscious is bringing up, then something could have been a burden. Something could have been really heavy in your shoulders. Yeah. You could have been depressed, bipolar behavior. When we are in, when not so much toxic, but it all plays out though in our heads, right? It all plays out. But hold on. Okay, imagine a uphill, right? You're gonna just keep walking, and to this you're doing it subconsciously by wanting to do it conscious. But no, you're trying to go up the hill, but instead of you going up, it gets harder and harder to keep moving up, and you just keep walking and walking, and it's just like you're just turning at this point. You're turning, but something's turning. I don't know what specifically to point it at on. What spirit is showing me though is when you play, you know those videos, like those old tapes, like the negative ones, is playing in my head. Like I see a recorder or like a projector, and it's just playing. But nothing's changing. The image is still the same. So there's something that you have to look into. There's something deep that you have to look into and be responsible for that. And that's what's going to go ahead and get you out of this depression. But another thing is that I'm going to give you self-awareness. Please stop fucking with social media, you guys. This type of fucking behavior, mentally, it requires attention. It requires deep attention. It requires freaking, stop fucking with social media. Stop fucking with friends. Stop it. Just look at yourself for a goddamn second. And fucking face it. I deactivated my fucking TikTok. Not because I was mad or anything. It's just, I can't. It's too much happening right now in my head. It's too much happening around me that I can't. It's too overwhelming. So I'm not going to be subconsciously trying to absorb all that shit when I'm trying to really get out of my negative thoughts of harming my fucking self or just simply ending it because of what the fuck is going on around me. So if you're not going to be that sufficient and aware of yourself, all you're going to really fucking do is just destroy your fucking consciousness at this fucking point. So if you want to be a fucking vegetable, then go for it. And I told my social worker at the hospital, because she asked me a few questions, and I'm like, I am suicidal, but I'm highly conscious of myself enough about certain things. I forgot what I told her, but right away, instantly, when I told her that, she was like, oh yeah, I see that. I see that. And people are going to see that in your behavior if you're going to be lying. So if you be taking my shit, people are going to know that you're lying. So, again, you can be so much this and that, but you have to be allowing yourself to really stop suppressing it and just be here in this part, okay, of your subconscious. We are very curious creatures. Some of us are very passionate, very creative in how we express ourselves. It could be through words, poems, I don't know, writing, journaling, maybe bringing some type of leadership, right? Some type of change, some type of like recognition to certain things, to the people, to the world, to which now something will be offered to you because of that. Okay? Something, someone could be giving you the recognition. This could be a partner. Okay? We do have the King of Wands. It could be someone that's taking leadership or someone that's a leader. Somebody that has loyalty and knows about loyalty. It's really optimistic. This could be talking about yourself. Or again, somebody else aligning with their soulmate. Because as we finally deal with the last part of this negativity, something more will come in because we're taking care of it. So let's say for me, I'm in this self-harm aura. I know that I'm going to find someone to the point where they're going to be understanding of what I'm dealing with, and they're going to be mindful, respectfully, to the sense to where now they're going to be helping me out as I come out of this fog. And that's just what it is. If I meet someone, I'm going to be open about it. I'm not going to lie, to which, hey, you know what? I'm dealing with this right here. Some of you guys might be open and be like, okay, I want you, I want this, but I'm dealing with a little bit of bipolarness. Okay, be open about it. Don't be shaming yourself. You're dealing with depression, then allow their light to come in. Allow their light to feed you like a freaking French toast from whatever it was made at, Let it be. Let it nurture you. As you're doing so, right? Maybe this person could nurture you emotionally, if not financially. Shower you with gifts, or maybe just, hey, I don't need that right now. I just need you to be here at home with me and let's cook together. Quality time. Why not? Right? So this could be you again taking leadership over your own accountability of your own health, and then allowing the universe to come in and give you this prosperity, this blessing, or just simply this offer, to which it's going to allow you to be passionate. It's going to allow you to express yourself fully and adequately. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of communication between you and this soulmate. A lot of communication, a lot. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for staying and watching and listening. Take my wisdom as you need it. If you want to come back and kind of skip over a few things and just take my words, go for it. All right? Besitos. Hasta luego. Bye.